now, the ACC Specialist of the Week and a Ray Guy Award Ray's 8th selection, one of the 8 best punting performances in the nation this past week. Aidan Swanson, you'll fire away with questions whenever you're ready.
Aidan, I think we heard you got to make a little post-game locker room speech. How did that come to be? Have you ever done that before, and what did you say?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times. He always, if someone has a good game, he'll always highlight it, and then everyone in the room is going speech, speech. They want you to talk, but yeah, I just said I can't do it without the rest of the guys on the punt team, and then I told the defense I got their back. It was pretty good. He got a good roll on it and hit it. He hit it pretty well. Not sure about the technique though. That's I don't know. He got lucky with it, but I mean it was a lot better than the ones I had that went to the 4. So got to give him credit for that.
What was it like watching Florenzo get down and recover that fumble?
Yeah, that was crazy. That's the most excited I've ever been after a punt. He just covered to the ball, and the guy, I guess it hit his helmet. He read it wrong, and then it's right there in Flo's arms, and then unfortunately he got taken out by the returner. He couldn't run it in. Can you advance it? You can't? Okay. So I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah, that was a great play by him.
He's pretty intent on trying to be the first guy down, right?
Yeah, he has a free release with our scheme, so he's usually one of the first guys down there. He made a play.
As a group, you guys have been maligned at times this year. The special teams as a whole, how good was it that you were probably playing a big role in why you guys won the other day?
Yeah, to me, that's what's expected. That's just myself doing my job and the rest of the guys on special teams doing their job.
I think we talked to you before about trying to pin punts, and it's really just about how the ball spins. Like it's luck to a certain extent. I mean, when you get that many in a row that are dying where you want it, is that you're doing something right, or is it just good luck?
I'd say, I mean, there's a lot of luck involved in it. There's a rule for returners where if it's past the 10-yard line, you let it go. The first one I had went to the 14, so he just ran up and caught it in front of the 10-yard line. And then the last 2 went past the 10, and then I just got a lucky bounce on it. That's how you got to play those. Really, you want to play, sort of had the idea of playing catch with the returner. Just kick it right to him, and your guys will get down there and make them have to take a fair catch on it. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with the bounces, and it fell in my favor.
What's been your view of
The situation with Robert and Johnathan, obviously a very unique situation with them this year. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, they've been nothing but great to each other, and they've been encouraging each other the entire season. John coming in and getting it done, and then Robert's learning and growing from this experience. I think it's going to make him better, and without a doubt, he'll have a great career here.
When you nailing those punts aside, how many of the defensive guys came up to you and said thanks?
At that point, there's so many people coming up, you don't even realize. But I know, even if they don't, I know they appreciate it. And, just doing what I can to help them be successful.
Phillip was saying his phone blew up a little bit. Obviously, after this one more turn, did your phone blowing up at all when you have a big game? Or
More in person than like social media or online. And then once all this stuff came out after the game, it blew up. So I'm just happy with how I performed and how the team performed. A huge game, a huge win for us.
You have maybe just, I mean, I'll take a look at it every game. You've maybe had one game NC State where you're like, I wish I would have done better. But every other game, lights out. Where does that consistency come from? And that's something Coach Sweeney said about you. Hey, if he ever gets consistent, watch out.
Yeah, I think it's just maturity through all these 5 years I've been here. Last year, I was confident, but I wasn't, I guess, as confident as I am this year. It's just remaining focused and not worrying about the outcome and being process-oriented and just having fun. That's something last year I was always stressed out wanting to do my best, and this year I'm like, you know what? If I have a bad one, it is what it is. Just roll on to the next one. You can't dwell on it and let that affect your performance.
Sometimes specialists say
You have to want it but not care.
That's pretty much my mindset right now.
What does that mean?
Of course you want to do good, and there's always nerves. And one thing Coach Spires says is, if you're nervous, that means you care, and it's tough. You got to train your mind to not. It's really hard to explain, but you got to train your mind to not care as much, I guess, in a sense. Like I said, it's hard to explain, but you just can't think about what happened, whether it's good or bad. After, you just got to keep rolling to the next one, and it's all in God's hands at that point once you let that punt go. So.
Any questions for Aidan from Zoom?
Hey, this is Trevor Rose from CedarTigerNews.com. Kind of answered this a little bit, but you were facing Chris Tyree for Notre Dame last week, and former running back. He's a wide receiver now. Had an incredible 82-yard punt return the previous week. When you're facing a guy, a punt returner with that kind of talent, does it add a little bit of pressure? Do you think to yourself, I better not hit this one, or this guy can take it back to the house?
Yeah, when you got a talented punt returner like that, your main job is to force him to fair catch the ball. And I think there was the one that he fumbled or muffed, and then I had a little mishit with one of them, and he just let it roll. So, I'm not complaining about that. He probably should have come up and caught that thing. But, yeah, whenever you face a returner like that, you got to be on your A game because, they're game changers. They can change the game within a second. So you just got to be confident and do your job. That's really what it is. Thank you.
If the Weitz didn't work out, I think that was that you were maybe next in line to kick against Florida State. What was that week like on your end, knowing that might have been a possibility?
Yeah, that was a crazy, hectic week. You always just got to be ready. And, yeah, I feel good about field goals, but not as confident as I am with punting, obviously, because I don't spend as much time working on field goals. So that week, I probably kicked more field goals than punts. And, it's a tough thing to balance that out as a specialist when you're having to do more than one. But, I was ready to give it my best that week, and then John really came in and saved the day for me. So.
Any other questions for Aidan? All right, Aidan. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.